Welcome back to the Red Stool, and today we're going to be talking about My Hero Academia chapter 303, Top 3. So, at the start of the chapter, we have Hawks and Best Jenis who have been eavesdropping on the Endeavor family conversation about Dabi, and as they enter the room, everybody is a little bit surprised to see them, basically. You have Endeavor, who's a little shocked that, they heard everything that he just said. So, they know the truth about him and all his past misgivings. And you have Reed, she immediately bows down to Hawks, and apologizes just because of everything that Dabi did to him. And it's an awkward situation from the beginning, but it segues into a nice conversation about what they plan to do moving forward. And we find out that even though Hawks, he doesn't approve, and you can see that he relates to Todoroki a lot just because of the abuse that he suffered at the hands of just both his parents. And now it's like he can see that, oh wow, Todoroki, you went through a lot of the same stuff I went through, except I wrote my parents off. I just you guys can't change. You're broken people. I never want to be like you. But, Todoroki, he was able to forgive his family and, as they said, become the family's hero and kind of be that piece that starts bringing everyone together so they can be better and that they can become more than just their past mistakes. But, they tell Endeavor, hey, it's all right. Listen, we're here to support you, even though, we're pretty shocked to hear about all this and how all this happened. That's not good. But it's about more than us right now. It's only been 3 days, but the world is in absolute chaos. There's over 10,000 prisoners freed from the prison. You have high-level prisoners and then all the low-level gangs that are out just wreaking havoc. They're becoming more emboldened because there are no real heroes. Many of the safety committee members were killed, we find out, in, I guess, that battle with Redestro. And more of them are injured, plus with the big decline in heroes now, since everyone's quitting, and a lot of the heroes that they have nowadays aren't mentally capable of holding the weight of Hero Society. They were brought up in a system where it was held up by All Might or someone else, so they never really felt the brunt of, criminals and having to face them every day. They thought, I'm guessing more than likely everyone probably thought that, being a hero was a sweet, easy job as long as All Might was around, and it was. But now times have changed, so when the going got tough, they cashed in on all their hero retirement plans and got out of there. That's not what they signed up for. Nah, I'm good, love, enjoy, and moved on. So now there's just this big void in Hero Society that the villains have taken advantage of. And now also, we know that the citizens in society, they're not taking it lying down anymore because everyone does have quirks. So to a degree, if you have a power and you can stand up for yourself. Now, none of them are qualified to be heroes. So these fights they're blown way out of proportion. There's a lot of damage involved and a lot of people ended up getting hurt. But, you can't really blame the citizens for standing up for themselves and having to fight because, you can't just quit your regular life. I can't, all right, cool, I'm gonna just retire. Now, I'm pretty sure some of them are like, you know what, I can make plans to move. This place is crazy. I don't want to live here anymore. But that's long term. So you got to worry about the right now. And a lot of people are making a stand for themselves and buying these underground support weapons. So I'm pretty sure that's going to come into play. Definitely, we're going to learn more about that in the upcoming chapters because now everyone's able to get hold of these support devices. And I'm just waiting for that big uptake in vigilantism. To make things worse, now that most of the safety committee are out of commission, there's no one that can process the due paperwork to get other heroes from other countries and other cities to come and help them restore Hero Society. just because right now, I guess everything has to be streamlined with paperwork. It's probably just like, any relief effort in the real world. You can't just send people to go do it. There has to be, some litigation there. And so with the safety committee out of commission, now it's just everyone wants to help, but they can't get that help. Even though I would like to see, heroes, everyone wants to help, but no one can get the help. And I'd definitely be excited to see other heroes from different cultures. And, in the movies, we know that All Might, he spent some time in America, and that's where, all of his famous moves are named after. So it would be good to see, the heroes that work with him in America and all their recruits coming over to help out and lend a helping hand, just so we can see All Might's overseas influence as well. Plus get some, a lot of new characters, because Horikoshi, he does a really good job of introducing new characters. But not only does he introduce them, I like how, it comes with backstory. There's world building, and you can get invested in these characters just as much as you can get invested in the main cast. One of my favorite parts about him as a writer. But we find out that all of that's hampered. So now Hawks, he's been thinking, and he's come up with a plan. And he's like, all right, there's going to be the big three team up. The number one hero, number two hero, number three hero, teaming up all together. And, you think that, okay, you guys should probably spread out and cover as much ground as you can just to make up for all of the gaps where there used to be heroes and now there are none. But no, they're going to come all together. And I believe that's because they're going to want to do a precise attack against All For One and Shigaraki, because the war is definitely not over. And we have another big battle coming up. It's more alluded to if you look at it deeply, just because All For One, he's building up his strength. He's gathering everybody around him, and they're coming together. For what? So we can see who's going to be the next great demon lord, and we can move into an era where there is no hero society, that it's ruled over by a demon lord. So we're going to see that what's left of hero society versus the new criminal underground that All For One has built up. So definitely the conclusion it could be the conclusion to the villain arc, and we could have a new arc afterwards. But I wouldn't be surprised if the villains won, just because Deku has to become the new number one hero in the world in some way. And what other way could he do that and outshine All Might other than defeating these demon lords and restoring hero society after it's been completely destroyed? Just my predictions on it. But we know that they're going to come together and they're going to work together so they can better help the efforts of society. And, Endeavor, he's like, what? Yes, I can stand up. Now, the only other thing we have to do is we have to make a statement, because the press has been waiting. The public's waiting. Dabi's statement's out there. And the longer it takes Endeavor to respond, the more people are going to turn against him. They're going to have more time to dig into everything that Dabi's saying, keep listening to his message as it gains more traction, because Endeavor hasn't come out to address or refute any of it. So next chapter should be looking for, and I've been looking for it since Endeavor has woken up. I've been looking for him to just make that statement, but now he's finally ready to get up with the help of his family and the other two heroes in society. And now, he's going to get up and, be the pillar that hero society needs. We still have Deku. He's still asleep. But, just as, many people theorize, he's inside of One For All, and he's talking to the different predecessors. And I think he's probably trying to be able to move around inside that world that's in his body. So that's pretty interesting. Also, we have Hawks. He's probably going to start asking some questions about the quirk, and we're probably going to find out that, more people are going to become aware of All For One, just because, Hawks, he was asking Endeavor some questions about it, like, hey, what's One For All? You were talking about it on the radio, whatnot, during the battle with Shigaraki. I'm curious. It's out in it's out in the press and the papers too. So what's going on? And the first thing he says is Deku. So we might he might be revealed to the world that listen, All Might's quirk is a quirk that's passed down, and Deku is the predecessor in that. Or they could try to keep it under wraps. Who knows? Hawks, he's a wild card. He does what he wants. So if he feels as though it could be advantageous to them to let the world know that, hey, All Might's quirk was passed down and there's going to be a new, he's going to be the next greatest hero in hero society. That probably could help pacify a few people, but it's not going to help unless, they get more of the heroes out there and they start, doing something about the rampant crime. And still looking for all the kids from UA to start hitting the streets. Speaking of the kids from UA, we get 2 more that were released from the hospital. They're doing well. Bakugo, he's not back to 100%. He can still scream. He's still, causing quite a ruckus because Deku still hasn't waken up, but he's not at full strength yet. Also, Deku's mother still hasn't shown up. So it'd probably be a really sad moment, if he wakes up and he finds out that his mother's dead, which I think might be the case just because it's been 3 days and she's still not at the hospital. We all know how much she cares about him and loves him. Why would she not be at the hospital? So there's that. I guess, just waiting for the shoe to drop, just waiting to see what Horikoshi is going to do. But pretty solid chapter all in all. And I'm just waiting, where it's like, we're building up. It's like we're starting that build up again to get to another big war between the villains and the heroes. So I'm just watching how everything plays out, soaking it all in. I know you guys are too. So, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I really want to talk to you guys in the comment section about what you think, any theories that you guys have, and it all just helps me as a channel to be able to grow. So I would definitely appreciate that because, we're all in this together. Even though it's me in front of the camera, I'm talking to you guys, and I want us to have that interaction. So I'll see you guys later. All right, peace.